All right, so we're not going to waste any time. Most of you know exactly who I am. If you don't, I'm the teacher that has gone viral for sparking controversy around the world because I let my students take out my hair. So we're just going to go ahead and address some of the things that I've been seeing on social media. Before I do that, I want to start off this video with a few quotes that I've found over the last few days that are extremely relevant to the current situation at hand. First one reads, "Those who are unhappy with themselves are often unhappy with others for being happy." Your light will irritate many people who don't like to change. Some people hate you because of the way other people love you. I'm gonna read that one again. Some people hate you because of the way other people love you. People will throw stones at you. Don't throw them back. Collect them all and build an empire. I'm actually going to circle back to that one. We're going to table that for right. I'm going to circle back to that one. Blowing out someone else's candle doesn't make yours shine any brighter. Not everyone will understand your journey. That's okay. You're here to live your life, not to make everyone understand. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Again, for the people in the back, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Your vibe attracts your tribe, so keep shining. That one's kind of chant, but we'll leave it in there. Next one, sometimes the people who are the hardest to love are the ones who need it the most. This whole controversy has showed me a lot of people lack in that department. That is exactly what we need more of. Love. I think Earth, Wind, and Fire has a song, "When the Love Has Gone." Yeah, we gonna leave it at that. Last but not least, don't let anyone dim your light simply because it's shining in their eyes. Let's circle back to the number 4. People will throw stones at you. Don't throw them back. Collect them all and build an empire. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and address some of the most common things that I've been seeing in the comment section, because it's crazy how people can just see one thing on the internet and twist it into something that it never was intended to be. But I digress. We're going to unpack all of that here in this video. First two that I'm going to get into that hold a little weight in this argument. This is the only one that I will respect. I won't say that, but this one has the most respect from me because I understand. But number 1, unprofessional. First off, before we get into the whole hair unbraiding thing being unprofessional, let's talk about what professionalism is. Communicating effectively and appropriately and being productive. Responsible, ethical, team-oriented, interpersonal, and problem-solving skills. Being attentive, responsive, and proactive. I think as an educator, I definitely check all of these boxes. Some may say like, oh, it says being productive. You were getting your hair. Okay. I said this in the video, but people will ignore the truth even if it's right in front of their faces. It was the last 10 minutes of class. The last 10 minutes of class on a Friday. The work is done for the week. The work is done for the day. I've said this, but some people still just don't understand. But other than that, I think I fit all the boxes of being a professional. Now, this video, I agree, it was unprofessional. I'm not negating that. Me getting my hair unbraided at the school, at my place of employment, yes, that was highly unprofessional. I get that. I'm not arguing with that. But I am what you call a unprofessional in some ways, unprofessional, eclectic, unconventional teacher. A lot of the things that I do can be viewed by some people as being unprofessional. Like going to school, I have no problem wearing a short sleeve shirt. I'm tatted up. I got tats on my neck, tats on my arms, tats on my leg, but this doesn't stop me from, okay, if I want to rock some shorts, or if I want to wear my arms out, or not wear a turtleneck, like I can do these things because they don't affect my efficacy as a teacher. If anything, I think it enhances it, because I know, me personally, thinking back on my schooling career, back in high school, I had a teacher named Mr. Dutrow. Mr. Dutrow, if you're out there watching this, shout out to you, because you were one of the coolest teachers in that whole entire school. But anyway, Mr. Dutrow, basketball coach, tatted up. I'm talking about down to his fingers, tattoos on his neck. He got tats everywhere, and he didn't like hide them. He wore them proudly. But like I said, it was, at the end of the day, it was unprofessional. So to the people who are trying to fight me tooth and nail and fight people in the comments tooth and nail about it being unprofessional, I am agreeing with you. Can we be friends now? Perfect. So we got professionalism out of the way. I do agree it was unprofessional, but it was a one-time thing. It was like one and done. One time, first and last time. I've never done that before. I needed help. I was in a bind. I didn't have the time to take out my hair. I had to go to my hair appointment immediately after school. I didn't have the time. What am I supposed to drive with my... Yeah, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, but what am I supposed to just drive with my thoughts? I'm supposed to control the car with my mind? No, I have to drive the vehicle. I can't drive and take my hair out at the same time. It's hard for me. I'm just this hair stuff, I didn't have hair growing up. I'm just now getting it, so I'm still figuring it out, and it takes me a long time to undo my hair. I can't even do my hair yet, but it's all part of the process. I'm learning, so be gentle. Be nice. So yeah, unprofessional, check. Got that clear? Perfect. Next one, inappropriate. Again, we're going to start with the definition of these things before we unpack them. Something is considered inappropriate when it doesn't align with accepted social norms, standards, or expectations. Was this inappropriate? I can agree with that. As far as this definition is concerned, I can agree that this was not only unprofessional, but this is also inappropriate. Because what I do as a teacher, what you saw in that video, it goes against a lot of standards and just social and societal norms and expectations. It does do that. But again, I'm an eclectic, unconventional, and in some ways unprofessional teacher. And it works. It works for me. And that's going to be, we're going to unpack that a little bit more because people are like, whoa, I bet his kids are failing. Yeah, this is all part of the series of me making a lot of people look ignorant and foolish and embarrassing these people online. People that have just said everything under the sun except for what's actually the truth. So this is for y'all. And let me just add this definition in here. Eclectic, for those who may not know what it means. Eclectic refers to a style, approach, or taste that is composed of a diverse range of elements, influences, and sources, combining different elements to create a unique and cohesive whole. This is me to the T. As an educator, I epitomize this word eclectic. I use unique and different and creative approaches to create a cohesive whole, and it works. And I have the receipts to prove it. This is just part of the things that I'm going to unravel and unpack, all the stuff, all the fluff that I've been seeing on the internet, people saying any and everything other than what's actually true, actually trying to dig and find out for themselves. Yeah, people looked up the school and look up the test scores. You know what? No, we're getting off track. We're saving that for later. But back to it being inappropriate. Inappropriate was definitely, considering the definition doesn't align with accepted social norms, standards, or expectations. Yes, it was also inappropriate. So for the people that saying it's inappropriate, for the people that saying it's unprofessional, can we all be friends now? Can we stop attacking me? Can we stop attacking the people who are trying to defend my name? Because people are saying some serious things about me and have no solid evidence. So I've agreed with you. It was unprofessional and it was inappropriate. Can we be friends now? Okay, cool. All right, what do we got next? Okay, so we got unprofessional, inappropriate out of there. Next, let's talk about boundaries, because boundaries was a big thing. Oh, boundaries, blurred lines. Let's go ahead and deal with boundaries. Hold on, while I flip in my hymnal to the proper page. Again, we're starting off with the definition of these things. We're really going to unpack each of these things that are being said in the comments. Boundaries means to define and assert limits, both physical and emotional, to protect yourself and maintain your own personal well-being. It's deciding between what is acceptable and what is not acceptable behavior around you. This can include physical space, emotional time, and communication. So let's go ahead and unpack all of these and how these relate to my classroom. For people to see this video and to just say I have no boundaries, that's insane to me. Everyone's boundaries or personal space levels may not be the same, but to say all out that there's no boundaries there at all is insane to me. But again, let's just go back into it. Personal space, so setting limits on how close people can get to you with physical touch. People were trying to spin this and put a weird twist to it. Oh, he's playing in his hair, or he's getting his hair played in. Does the barber play with your hairline? Does the barber play with your hairline? When you go to the nail salon, is the nail tech playing with your toes, or is she doing a service? Since when did undoing braids become playing in someone's hair? Do we see how we're already trying to put... Like I said earlier, the way people's minds operate and what they get from things is very telling of the things that they have in their own It's very telling of their own state of mind, but I digress. But as far as personal space is concerned, I do have personal space boundaries. My students know they can't just be all up on me, all around me. Yeah, if I'm getting my hair taken out, you got to come a little closer. But other than that, yeah, like don't be bumping up on me, or like I'm going to put the video in here. I have the forbidden zone. So behind my desk and behind my whole lab bench area is a forbidden zone unless I open access.
Emmanuel did. Haley, can't go back.
What's up? Go with your team. We're about to start the game. Thanks, though. Put my chair back. Go back to your team.
Well, I think I should stay right here.
No. Put the chair back and go. Papá ni San Call. Okay, fortuna tablas.
If it's a forbidden zone, if I say this is to be clear of students right now, they don't come up there. But if I allow them entry into that space, they do that. Another boundary with the animals that I have in my classroom. You can't just go and take the animals whenever you want. You have to ask. There's a boundary there, right? Yeah, but apparently I don't have any boundaries because my students assisted me taking my hair out, which doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, next, emotional boundaries, recognizing and communicating your needs, feelings, and values. Appropriate expression of emotion, so no manipulation, no invalidation. So in my classroom, you're not going to invalidate the way anyone feels. You're not going to validate the way I feel as a teacher, or you're not going to validate the feelings or emotions or values of someone else in the classroom or whoever enters the classroom. Emotional boundaries that are in place in my classroom. Oh, but he doesn't have boundaries because he got his hair taken out by... Bro, spare me with the crap. Time boundaries, maintaining healthy balance between activities. Perfect. So this video, I already said in the video, people just hear what they want to hear apparently. I said very clear in the video, work was done for the week, work was done for the day. And I'll repeat it here. We had STEM fair presentations that they turned in. So throughout the week, we were having STEM fair presentations. STEM fair is not the same as it was before. You set all your boards up in the cafeteria. No, we were in the classroom. They had Google Slides. Some of them made a trifold board, but they're presenting in front of the class. And not only does the class just have to sit there and listen, they have to be an active audience. So while the person is up there presenting, they have to go through and answer certain questions. What is their independent variable, dependent variable? What are their controls? What are some questions that you might ask them, so on and so forth. So we were doing this whole week. And usually on Fridays, I give my students a chill day. We have PBIS at our school, the Positive Behavior Intervention System, and it's to promote positive behavior in the school. So students are rewarded for doing what they're supposed to do as a scholar. So usually in my class, if they stand on business, we're going to get into the vernacular, me using the vernacular later in this video. But when my students do what they're supposed to do Monday through Thursday, typically I'll give them Friday to just have down day. You can get done missing assignments for me or other teachers. You can just be on your phone. You can go to the basketball court in the back of the classroom. You got a little mini hoop. You can play up there. You can play on the dartboard. Oh, you can interact with the animals, or you can just sit and chill. You can put your head down, right? Oh, Mr. White, can you make us some tea? Oh, yeah, we can have some tea. This is what I usually do on Fridays. But this particular day, we did a STEM fair presentation. I told them, I was like, hey, I got a lot of STEM fair projects to get through, so it would mean a lot if we could just get through one. And if we are doing what we're supposed to do, y'all are taking notes, your behavior is well, you're listening, being attentive, then after, we'll end class a little early. Throughout the presentation, my students did exceptionally well. So what I did is ended class early. When I looked at my watch, when I ended class after the questioning was done, there were 12 minutes and 17 seconds left of class. 12 minutes and 17 seconds left before dismissal. So I said, hey, all right, y'all can have free time. My one thing I say, just don't be annoying. Y'all can play basketball, be on your phones, this, that, and the third, but just don't be annoying, don't be too loud. And during that downtime, that little bit of time we had left before dismissal, my students, they assisted me in taking down my hair. Not playing in my hair, they did a service. They assisted me in taking down my hair. We don't have to be weird about it. He's getting his hair played in by little girls. I was getting a service done. They were undoing braids. So let's just get that. But time boundaries, that's what we were talking about. I went on a tangent. Time boundaries, maintaining healthy... Yeah. All right. Maintaining a healthy balance between activities. So there is a time for work. There is a time for play. A lot of people have been commenting, how come when I look on this page, I only see like these cool, fun videos, like them just having fun, not learning? Me personally, I don't like to record while we are doing actual lessons. I do have a few on my page when we're doing STEM fairs or science experiments in the classroom, so on and so forth, where we're talking about a particularly interesting topic. But other than that, I typically don't record lessons because not only is it a distraction for me, it's going to be a distraction for the students because they're probably going to see me set the phone up or see it somewhere to capture the moment. So yeah, when we work, it's time for work. It's not time to make videos. We have a time for that. So if y'all have good behavior and y'all do what y'all supposed to do as students, then I will reward you with downtime. And during the downtime, we can make TikToks, because they love to make TikToks. They love creating content. So that's what I allowed them to do. And that's just that. But there's a time boundary there. There's a time for work. There's a time for play. If I tell you not to be on your phone because I'm teaching, who would I be to be on my phone? I keep my phone most of the time in the same spot I put all the students' phone. I have a little basket in the classroom. They all put their phones in there, and typically I'll just put my phone right in there. So like, hey, we're equals. We're all doing the same thing. Now let's get dialed into the lesson. So let's go ahead and clear that up. Next one, social boundaries. Establishing guidelines for interactions with others. Limits on the types of conversation you engage in and the types of crowd you find yourself in. So as a teacher, let's start with the conversations. There's definitely social boundaries there, but being the teacher that students feel safe with and they feel comfortable with and that they trust, they sometimes come to, I guarantee any teacher that's anything like me, that's just like the cool teacher. Yeah, you're cool, but you're still stern. The respect is still there. The boundaries are still there, but students feel safe around you. They feel comfortable. I bet every one of you can attest to this, that sometimes you hear things that the parents don't even know. My students have outright told me, like, my dad doesn't even know this, and they open up to me about it. And sometimes it could just be a conversation, a teachable moment, based on the severity or the intensity of what they tell me. But other times, it's legally I have to report this, or legally I have to bring the counselor in the school or the school psychologist, so on and so forth. I can't just hear this information and just, let it fall on deaf ears. But as far as social boundaries, and although we educators do hear a lot from our students, sometimes I have to put a break on what the students are. If it's not an issue that they're bringing with me, they're just trying to talk and just, talk as little preteens. Some things I have to stop them, like, bro or sis, I'm not your I know we close, I know we got this relationship, but this is a little bit too much. So I ain't really trying to hear. So yeah, putting limits on the types of conversation. Yes, you can come to me about almost everything, but certain things I'm not going to talk about with you because you're a minor and I don't feel comfortable talking about these things with you. So but most of the time I can handle whatever they're dishing out, and I can be a guide or mentor in that moment. And sometimes I got to take it above me because it's just above my pay grade. Last but not least, professional boundaries. So we already talked about professionalism. It was a bit unprofessional, but again, I'm an unprofessional in some ways unprofessional, unconventional, eclectic teacher, and it works. So we already talked about professionalism. We don't need to dive back in there, but professional boundaries include respect, integrity in the workplace, strong moral principles, honesty, and ethics. If I didn't have these professional boundaries, I wouldn't be a teacher. I wouldn't still be a teacher. I wouldn't have been able to be a teacher for several years. I've been a teacher for several years. I'm going on year 5. And this is not including my time as a substitute teacher. So I wouldn't be here if I didn't have strong moral principles, if I wasn't honest, and I didn't have ethics. Wouldn't be in the school. So there's that. So that's that on boundaries. Again, these first 3, unprofessional, inappropriate, or the first 2, I can agree with that. Boundaries, I'm kind of like on the fence because I do have boundaries. There's boundaries there. I do have boundaries. To say I don't have boundaries from that video is crazy to me. But my personal space boundaries, in some instances, may be a little bit more lax than yours may be. But you cannot judge me and say that I have no boundaries. That's just that. Boundaries, check. What's next? All right, the next one I want to talk about is the staged cry, the me reading my student emails. And let me say that again. The video of me reading student emails. We are not in the Stone Age, ladies and gentlemen. You can have your work email sync to your personal phone. On my personal device, I'm able to access my personal email, and I can also access my work email. If you work in the county, you are given a county email. Teachers are given a county email. Students are given a county email. It is natural for there to be correspondence between a student and a teacher through the work email. Prime example of just seeing something on the internet and just running with it. In the video, I didn't even say text messages. And even if I did, if you're sending an email, typing, that's text. and it's in a message, but it's via email. The fact that I have to explain this to grown folk is beyond me. But I was reading the emails from my students. There were emails from my students. And I was not crying because I lost my job. Where did we get that from? Did I ever come out and say that I lost my job? Did we ever hear any official report saying I lost my job? How did y'all come to this conclusion? Again, it's beyond me, but I was not crying because I lost my job. That's not the case. I was crying because my students are the ones who are suffering the most out of this. Yes, I play my hand into this, and we'll get into the whole posting it on social media thing here in a second, but I did play my factor into this. But how it is escalated, or the magnitude that it has reached, the internet took this and twisted it, so now things are getting a lot more complicated. We'll get into. I'll be able to get into the nitty gritty of that later on. But this is like the prequel. This is the prequel. But I was reading the emails from my students. Those who know me personally, that's why throughout all this, the people that matter know what's up. The people that matter in this situation are defending me. That's all I'll say. The people that matter the most in all of this are defending me. But as far as reading the emails and staging a cry, me personally, I was raised I was raised similarly to how a lot of men are raised in today's society. We're taught to almost repress our emotions, to repress them and bury them down, and not to show your emotions because that's viewed as feminine, or men don't cry, so you can't do that. And so this is the type of upbringing that I had, and that leads to more problems than one. We'll table that discussion for another day. But one thing that has made me do is like I repress emotions and I bury them deep inside. And crying for a long time has been something that has been difficult for me. Like it's felt like there's been times where I felt like I needed to cry. You know that feeling you get in your throat, and it's like you're about to cry. It'd be like right there, like it's about to come out, and then it just vanishes, and I don't feel anything. So crying is something that is it's not something that I do. It's not something I do. And that's just years and years of having to bury and repress my emotions. So as an adult, it's hard for me to cry. It's got to be something major for me to cry. And before this incident, the last time I cried was when my grandfather passed away. But before that, it had been years before I shed a tear. Years. But this made me emotional because at the end of all this, the students are suffering. They are devastated right now. Imagine seeing someone you love so much and someone that you respect and highly regard being slandered on the internet, being slandered, things that are not true, things that they know that are not true. Imagine how that feels. Imagine having someone rip from you, someone who may be the only person that genuinely shows that they care about you and that is emotionally invested and wants you to win and that loves you from a genuine place. Imagine having that person ripped from you. Again, I know I played my role into this, but it didn't have to get to this level. It didn't have to get here. It's here right now, and this thing is being dragged out because of what people are saying. People are making very serious allegations, and anytime anything like that comes up, they have to look into it. They have to. But again, the people that matter are defending me. And I'm resting on my innocence because not one person has come out. Not one person throughout all of this, not one person has come out. Have y'all, the people who are just slandering my name, have y'all ever thought about that? This is a global issue. It's no longer just nationwide. This is a global issue. And not one person has come forward and say, you know what, all these things that y'all are saying about him is true. Here's my story. Here's what this teacher did to me. Not one person, whether that's a current or former student, has been able to say anything about me. No one can say anything like this about me because I have never done anything like how they're painting me out to be in the internet. I've never done anything. That's why you haven't had anybody come out and say anything of the like. What solid piece of evidence have y'all seen that confirms that I'm a predator? What have we seen? There's no official reports. Not one person has come out. Don't you think if this is an issue that's made it on TV, that's made it on the radio, that people are talking about on their podcasts, people are spending hours having live panels about, don't you think that, ooh, this is my moment. It's the best thing didn't happen to me, but this is my moment to come clean and come out and get this. No one has done that. Because they can't. No one can do that. They can't. Let me take that back. People can do that if they chose to, but then you have to come with solid evidence. Where's the proof? You cannot just say outlandish things about people and not have any evidence. And then to put that information out in the public, little caveat, a lot of y'all with very significant followings have been spreading false information about me. Kind of sounds like defamation of character. And I'm no lawyer, but I know that you can be legally pursued if you are defaming someone's character without any solid evidence. So for you to be on a platform that can reach the multitudes of people, and for you to say these things and make baseless claims about something you don't even know about or someone you don't even know, you can be pursued legally. So I would recommend some of you lawyer up, because the comeback and the come up of off all this, the good people with good hearts, good souls, they always come out on top in the end. Always. Light always triumphs over darkness. And I'm standing on that. Where were we at? I was reading the emails from my students. They weren't text messages on I don't give out my personal phone number. I've never done that in my time as a substitute, in my time as a teacher, all my time working with students. I've never given out my personal number. Me personally, I don't find it the most appropriate thing. Now everyone's different. Just me personally, my personal preference, I don't give out my personal number, because I have no reason to. If you want to contact me, hit up Class Dojo or hit up an email. I'll get to you one way or another, but you don't need my personal number. And I never had my teacher's personal number growing up. Only time I had a teacher's number was when I went to high school. They were my wrestling coaches. I had my wrestling coach's number. That's on the sports. That's a little different to me. But yeah, I had my wrestling coach number in high school. And I think when I was in college, most college professors included their cell phone number in the syllabus. But then at that point, you're adults. But me personally, I don't give out my personal number to students because I think that's inappropriate. For me, no shade or no shame to anyone else that does it. That's on you. But me personally, it is not for me, because what do they need it for? So yeah, they were emails, and those tears, they were real. They were real. That was a real vulnerable moment to me, because at the end of the day, I don't care what people think. I don't care. Of course, we do care. Words hurt, but at the end of the day, I'm not hiding my authentic self for anybody. So yeah, I don't care that I'm in front of millions of people and I'm crying. Okay. I was emotional. My student struck a heartstring, and I got emotional. The dog is a paid actor. Although I thought about that after the fact. I was like, that was a perfect moment to seal everything. That's an emotional support dog right there. When I'm down and out and I'm down bad and I'm feeling like I'm about to crash out and I'm crying, when I do or if I do cry, he knows. Let me go comfort the human. So that right there, if that don't say genuine, then I don't know what does. But yeah, they weren't text messages. It wasn't staged. And now, since we're already talking about that, they were like, oh, he got the microphone and the headphone. I've been a content creator before I was a teacher. Now what? I had the microphone. I had the headphones. I got the content creator set up, the gimbal. I got the phone's literally on a tripod right now. I got an adapter piece hooking up my microphone to my phone. I've been doing this. I've been a content creator long before I was a teacher. And I appreciate those who actually just went through my page and just saw, like, you know what? I'm not going to make any baseless claims. I'm not going to think anything. Let me go to his page, because he's clearly, if he's what these people make him out to be, he's clearly going to have some evidence on the page. My followers have more than doubled in a matter of 4 days. I have almost 50K followers on Instagram a few days ago. I'm at 123,000. These are people. This is further aligning me with my target audience. People who have genuine hearts, genuine souls, and that can see the good in others. This is who I'm trying to align to. I'm trying to align to everyone. I want everyone to get on this wave, but now I'm being aligned with my target audience, and y'all are helping me. Y'all are trying to defile my character and throw dirt on my name, and you're doing nothing but assisting me. Going back to that quote, people will throw stones at you. Don't throw them back. Collect them all and build an empire. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Y'all gave the right person the spotlight. This was perfect. I was a content creator before this. I've been doing this. I've been making teacher content. I've been on this. Some of y'all are just new to this neck of the woods, but I mean, that's okay. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show, especially now because it just got even more juicier. Anyway, where are we at? Stage cry. We talked about that. Talked about the cell phone personal number. We talked about the content creator equipment. I've been this. Oh yeah, and then the exploiting kids. We'll tackle two of these. Exploiting kids and having kids in videos. Why do we not attack other content creators that do the exact same thing? I follow several. I'm not gonna throw them under the bus, but I follow several teacher content creators that have their students in their videos. Nothing but praise in the comments. It was like that for me too. Before this whole thing blew up about the hair braiding, I didn't have anybody in my comments saying, "Oh, this is crazy," or this. It was nothing but like positive vibes. Why are we not attacking everyone same way they're like I'm being attacked? I don't understand that. But yeah, there's other people doing the same thing. And the parents, if I have the support of the parents, why are we even arguing? Why is there even an argument? If the parents are complaining, if you go and look, you can see parents defending me in the comments. I saw them on the Shade Room, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. These parents are in the comments defending my name, defending my character. If the parents are defending me, even the students, current and former, saw them in the comments. If the parents and the students, current and former, are supporting me and defending my honor, why are we even arguing? Why is this even a huge issue? If the parents and the students are supporting me and not saying anything negative about me, I don't understand. So to say that I'm exploiting kids, okay, yeah, I do show them in my videos. But again, if you look at my page, I got some videos, faces are being shown. Some faces, or some videos, I have the emojis over the face. A quick look at my page would show that, but a lot of people we live in a society where we're very quick to ridicule and demonize and try to find the bad and the fault in someone, than to take the time and to really be methodical in your approach before you jump to any conclusions or make any assumptions. You take your time with it and you do your research and you look into the thing before you generalize anything. Not just seeing one thing or seeing a 3-second clip and like, oh, yep, this is what I think and this is what it is, and I'm going to preach it to the cows come home. Crazy. And exploiting my kids. I'm not exploiting my kids. I'm a teacher who barely makes any money, so I got to find other ways that don't require a bunch of energy, but I get money in return. I don't have energy for a second, third job like a lot of educators have to do just to stay afloat. I'm fortunate enough to make videos and I get money off of that. Yeah, there's energy that is expended in creating videos and editing, so on and so forth, but this is like low energy output for maximum input. I don't make a lot of money, so I use my social media, but the parents know about. I use it to make money on the side because I need to do that to stay alive and stay afloat and stay off the streets and out of prison. Yeah, so I don't exploit them, and I use a lot of what I have or what I gain from TikTok for the students. I come out of pocket for my students quite often. I've even used my TikTok, used my social media platforms to get things for my students. My Amazon teacher wish list, I make videos, create content geared around that. People send things to help me and my students out. We just had the solar eclipse not too long ago. My principal called me into the office and asked me, hey, I know you got this huge following. The solar eclipse is coming up, and we want it to be like a school-wide event, but we need like over 400 pairs of glasses, and we're trying to get the PTSA on board. We're trying to work, but it's a short time, and we really need help. You think you can make a video? Okay. That day, boom, make a video, went home, edited it, posted it that night. Next day, we had we needed, just over 400? We had like 500 plus sunglasses. I made a video and people like what I'm doing so much that they supported me. So to say I'm exploiting these kids, no, I'm using my social media for one, to benefit myself and to also benefit those around me, especially my students. I'm making teacher content, so it's only right if I get stuff for y'all. That basketball court that they play on in the room, somebody got that for them from social media, right? You know what? Hey, exploiting kids, check. What's next? This one's a good one. Low or lost instructional time. People are saying like they need to be reading during that time. Look, this is why the kids are performing like this. Bro, again, for the umpteenth time, this was the last 10 minutes of the day before dismissal, after work was completed. Somebody say, oh, well, in that time they could have read a book or did a reflection. That's like you going to work and 10 minutes before you about to clock off on a Friday, your boss call you back in to try to do you to I need you to send these 17 emails. I need you to do these spreadsheets or do this, that, and the third. How would you feel? How would you feel if you've slaved all day, all week, and it's finally 10 minutes before you about to jet out of there and go to someone's club? They ask you, hey, I need you to do this, or hey, you think you can do this? Bro, you're not going to be feeling none of that. And don't sit here and act like we're not in the end of the school year. Did we not? I know me personally, I did. And a lot of people were saying this in the comments. Don't act like we didn't chill towards the end of the school year. These kids stopped giving a damn a whole quarter ago. They don't give a damn about work right up to school. Yeah, I got to find things and we still got to teach. But towards the end of the year, I find things that are, more engaging, more fun. Let's get outside because it's warm now. But we still got to work. But they don't act like we weren't chilling. Don't act like we weren't chilling at the end of the school year. That's crazy. That's crazy. School is not just, it doesn't have to be set up like a boot camp. It's not just straight work, quiz, learn. There's opportunities for downtime. As an adult, don't you love your downtime during work? Don't you just love to have a second to just, let me just pick up my phone for 10 minutes, or let me just close my eyes, put my head down, or go in the bathroom in a stall and take a nap. We appreciate our downtime and time away from our work because we work hard. Students work hard too. Students are stressed out just like adults are stressed out. And that's one thing I hate hearing, and I used to hear this growing up. Oh, you're too young to be stressed, or you don't even know what stress is, boy. Stress is not ageist. Stress affects everybody. Stress is natural. Stress is a natural thing that everyone experiences. It doesn't care if you're 5 years old, 15 years old, or 55 years old. Stress is not ageist. Everyone can be stressed. So to say that students aren't stressed today and need some downtime is blasphemous. But lost instructional time, there was no instructional time lost. It was downtime that was earned because they stood on business and did what they were supposed to do. Next, low student performance. Me being a dingus, I didn't think about this, and I noticed this after the fact. The shirt I had on in the video had the school logo in it. People were looking up the school, looking up the county. That's why people were sending crazy ass things to the county. But they looked up the school and saw, the test scores. Look at their math and reading test scores. I am a science teacher. You didn't see science on there because math and English or math and reading and ELA is what the focus is in most schools. Typically, if you see test scores, it'll be math and reading. Science was not displayed on the website. But again, like I mentioned earlier, I have the receipts. This will come out later once we get into more of the nitty gritty from the school and the county. But I have the receipts to prove it. I have the receipts to prove that I'm an effective educator and what I do in the classroom works. The relationships that I foster and the environment that I create in my classroom works. My students work. They learn. They tell me how I try my best to make learning fun and interesting. Luckily, I teach science, so science is pretty cool in itself, but there's some boring things in science, but I have to put a little twist on it to make it, put my little eclectic twist on it to make it that much interesting. Or just to bond with my students, that way they listen to me. Harsh reality of the world today, if the kids don't like you, if the students don't like you, they're probably not going to listen to you. They're not going to want to learn anything from you. Just think about me personally as an adult. If I don't like someone, no, I'm not going to listen to you. I don't want to hear you talk. I don't even want to hear. I don't want you to breathe around me if I don't like somebody. So if you don't like someone as a student, do you think that you're going to learn from them, or your time in that classroom is going to be effective? No. They got to like you. They got to be bonded with you in some way. And we spend a lot of time with these kids. In a lot of cases, more time than the parents do. A lot more time than the parents do with these kids. So it's natural to form these bonds, like almost like a family. It's a familial bond. It doesn't have to be weird, but that just goes to show how love and familial relations are just so far removed from society today. But low student performance, you can't come from my school and be like, oh, that's why this school performance is like that because he in there getting his hair done. My brother, my sister, are we not aware of the public education crisis that we've been in since the pandemic? Education been screwed up. It's been screwed up before this, but COVID, have we forgotten how COVID severely impacted the youth in their education? If I remember correctly, the students were at home with the parents and the guardians. Education begins at home. Education begins at home. Things are just reinforced in the classroom. It should be the relationship where things that are taught in the household should be enforced at the school, and things that are taught in the school should be enforced in the household. But if you just have the school standing on business and at the house, they're just like, oh, not taking education seriously, or not, putting time into their kids and their education and helping them with their homework, or even trying to make an effort to care about their lives. Like, a lot of students go home, their parents aren't even there. They're still working, they're getting off. And then when they do, it's time to come home, make the dinner, and then it's getting in bed. And the rest of that time, free time, is spent on the tablet, on a game, on the phone. So these people are not even really connecting with their kids. So is it not natural for you to form these familial bonds and connections with people you spend a lot of time with? Come on now. But yeah, low student performance has been an issue. It's not something that's just restricted to my school or my county. This is a nationwide issue. And again, education begins at home. We can only do but so much. But if we don't have support on the home front, at that point, we're just trying to do the best that we can with what we have. What else do I want to talk about? Over-sexualization, which is a huge thing. I should have bumped this one up. It was on the side. I forgot. Over-sexualization. Excess emphasis on sexual characteristics or themes in contexts where such focus is disproportionate or inappropriate. I think there was a lot of over-sexualization around this whole video towards me and towards my students. One towards me because and this isn't to sound cocky. I think it's because I'm an attractive young black man, and a lot of people were attracted to me. They automatically project those feelings onto those little girls. Not all girls are just like fast-tailed girls that's trying to make a move on adults. Not all adult men are crazy monsters trying to take advantage of minors. But I feel as though, and a lot of people were agreeing with this in the comments, that there's a little over-sexualization piece in there. Just because I'm handsome, you think that these girls are going to be attracted to me, and these are blurring the lines, or there's giving them false hope, or giving them mixed messages and this, that, and the third. We need to remove the sexual context from things. Can we not just let kids be kids? Can we not just let kids be kids? And can we not just let good guys be good guys? I understand, this is how grooming starts. Not all men are groomers. We cannot project that onto that's detrimental to the youth, to perpetuate this idea that all men are monsters and you can't have close interactions or relationship with men that's not in a sexual manner. And if it is, it's weird, or they're trying to take advantage of you and this, that, and the third. Where have we gotten as a society where love and genuine care is frowned upon? How can we judge someone based off just what we see in a video? Even though they were close and doing my hair, I think it was still very respectful. They're not touching me or rubbing up on me. They're not massaging my scalp. They're doing the service. Just like you would do at a hair salon or a nail salon. People say, it's not a cosmetology school. I don't care if it's not a cosmetology school. If it's downtime and I need my hair taken out, again, this is a first and last time thing. But in the moment, yeah, I need it done. Help me out. Oh, y'all want to paint each other's nails? Oh, you want to paint my nails? Sure, it's our downtime. Why not? Yeah, it's not a cosmetology class, but these are aspiring cosmetologists. Who am I to not support them? Yes, they do each other's hair and nails. They do that all the time. But me personally, I want to be the educator that I wish I had grown up. And I know when I was a student, I felt honored when the teacher picked on me to do something, or like, get this off the printer, or can you go to my desk and grab this, or here, take my badge and go down to the office. And I felt honored to do anything involving the teacher. I felt honored to be picked and to be seen, to be heard, to feel like I mattered. This is what I'm trying to do for these students. So yes, y'all have skills, y'all know how to do hair and take it out like that. Help a brother out, because I got an appointment right after school. It's our downtime. You paint nails. Yeah, you already paint your girlie's nails, but you want to paint your teacher's nails because my nails look crazy? Sure, let me go ahead and hook me up with a fresh coat. I'm not going to deny that. What do I look like denying the student that? No, I'm not. I ain't with that, or I ain't. It doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be weird. And to say, I get what people saying, like, his intentions could be good, but you never know what the girl's intention. At least one of them girls like him. Okay, say in the rare case one of them do like me and they do overstep that boundary. It is my duty, as long as there is one person in that dynamic or in that interaction with their morals and ethics intact, there's nothing to worry about, because it is my job. If a student oversteps that boundary, I have to correct that and make that a teachable moment. Not only do I have to correct it and make it a teachable moment and let them know that, okay, yeah, you can like somebody, but just because you like somebody doesn't mean that you can force yourself or to do these things or say these things. You still have to be respectful of everyone, because everyone is not going to reciprocate that same energy. And you have to respect their feelings, because they're entitled to feel the way that they do. So I would make that a teachable moment, correct it, check it. That's not what we're doing. And then on top of that, to further protect myself, I would have to report that to administration. I haven't had to do that. In all of my years of being in the school, I've never had to do that. Like, This one particular student, I don't know, they ain't making me really feel, they making me feel weird. They making advances, just that. I've never had to come out and say anything like that because it doesn't happen. They don't even see me that way. They were looking at those comments and like, Mr. White, we don't even, like they were disgusted that I did. That's like thinking back at like, say for example, when I was younger, I don't know, just like that random intrusive thought pop up of like, say for example, your grandparents are married and that they sleep together, and then when you come of age, knowing that what adults do sometimes, you kind of get that fast image in your head and you're like, ugh. That's the reaction that they had to the things that people were saying in the comments about how these girls are, they're liking me and crushing up on me and doing this and doing that. They don't even feel like that. They were disgusted and repulsed by that idea. Some of these girls view me as a father. I'm a father figure in their life, or like a big brother, an uncle. I know I'm a teacher. Oh, professional. Let's go ahead and deal with it because we're unpacking everything, right? We're unpacking everything. Friendship is essential to the soul. Root to the bros. Friendship is essential to the soul. A friend is someone with whom you share a mutual bond of trust, affection, and support. Several key qualities include trust. You trust each other with your secrets, feelings, and vulnerabilities. Creates a safe space for honest and open communication. Now, when we say secrets, again, I can be an open line of communication to hear these students' problems, so on and so forth, but some things that I'm told, I cannot keep them under wrap. I legally have to report them. So I don't want people to twist that, trust each other with the secrets. I mean, yeah, they trust me with some information, but depending on what it is, I gotta report it. I gotta report it. But trust is a key component of friendship. Support. Provide emotional, moral support, sometimes physical support. I've seen it in school. I've seen videos of teachers having to like just hug their students. They were having a meltdown, an outbreak. And there was a few students like that at my school, a few years back, but when they were having these meltdowns and outbreaks, something that would bring them back to earth is someone to just pick them up and hold them like they were little elementary school kids. Pick them up, hold them, and just rock them. Yeah, that may not be allowed. That may not be the most appropriate thing, but you think I'm gonna just let this student keep bashing his head against the wall or screaming and kicking and biting people and being a menace? No, let me comfort this child because that's what that child needs in that moment. So support. Trust, definitely major components of friendship, and I do support my students. They support me. I trust my students, and they trust me. It's looking pretty friendly already. Understanding empathy. Listen without judgment and offer comfort and advice. That's what I have to do as a teacher. Not only am I a teacher, I'm a mentor, I'm a psychologist, a therapist, a babysitter. I'm just a confidant. So as a confidant, I have to have empathy, and I have to listen without judgment. Just like I expect my students to listen to each other without judgment or other people, I expect the same for me. Don't judge me for the things that I say and how I feel. Like, support me. And you can offer advice and vice versa. Shared interests and values. So you have shared hobbies you're interested in. One thing that connects me and my students as far as mutual interests are concerned, I just recently got turned on to anime. I love anime. And that's another piece that I can use to connect with my students, because the more they connect with you, the more they feel that you relate to them, the more they feel seen and heard and like they matter, they're going to listen to you more. So anime, I'll rock my anime t-shirt to school, and that sparks conversation and like, did you see this part yet? And don't ruin this for me. Like, this is the shared interest. So as far as friend is concerned, I think it checks out. I think that we have to be friends in general. I'm not saying friends like, we're meeting up, going up, getting up on the weekend and doing this. No, but we have to understand what a friend is. Y'all saying he's too friendly. Can we understand what the definition of a friend is? This is why I'm going through the definition of these things when I'm bringing them up. Let's talk about what a friend actually is. And once you hear all these things, are you not a friend to your colleagues in some regard? A friend if you're a teacher, are you not based off the definition, based off the actual denotation of the word, do you fit the criteria? I think so far I do. Let's keep it going. Respect and acceptance. Respect differences and accept each other for who they are without trying to change them. I'm not even going to explain that because that's what the world needs more of. Acceptance, especially when it's not harming themselves or other people or other things. Reciprocity. Get some reciprocity. Symbiosis and mutualism, something I talked about in the video. Both parties benefit from the interaction. So I benefit positive behavior, attentiveness, respect, and in return, I'm giving you knowledge, I'm giving you wisdom. fun time, activities. Like, this is the mutual relationship that we have. But when you don't do that, when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then I got to write people up. We got to have silent class. We got to have assigned seats. I got to separate people. We can't have fun stuff. We can't go outside. So reciprocity. Last one, enjoyment of company. Enjoy spending time together, conversations, activities, presence. I thoroughly enjoy my students' presence. I thoroughly enjoy their presence, and I know they enjoy my presence. Imagine needing a mental health day from work and telling your students, preparing them like, hey, tomorrow I won't be in. I need a mental health day, blah, blah, blah. Everything's cool. And just to get attacked because you need a mental health day, I literally get almost, you think I committed a war crime the way my students come at me for just needing a mental health day? Nah, because we're going to get a substitute we don't like, or can we get this sub? And I don't want to be with this teacher. Why you got to do it on this day? Why can't... Bro, the fight and the flack that I get back for wanting to take a day off goes to show that there's that enjoyment of company is there. I enjoy my students' company. Not all the time. Sometimes it gets a little bit too overwhelming. I got to kick y'all out. Leave me alone. Close my door. Don't come back in. Don't bother me sometimes. But most time I enjoy their company. I enjoy the conversations that we engage in, because yes, I'm imparting wisdom on them from the older tip, but they're filling me in on the younger tip, like what's going on in the younger generation. Again, more things to help you connect with your students so they feel heard and they feel seen. Even activities. The parents will tell you every activity, whether it's a band recital, orchestra, chorus, basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, daggone theater performance, I am there. I'm there every time because I enjoy these activities. I enjoy seeing them excel in the things that they do, and just presence overall. I enjoy their presence. And in the definition of friends, it did mention affection as well. So let's go ahead and deal with affection. What is that? A feeling of fondness, warmth, and care towards someone or something. Emotional expression of love and kindness that can be shown through words, actions, or physical gestures. It is the fundamental aspect of human relationships. Let me read that back. Fundamental aspect of human relationships because they help strengthen the bonds between people. Now, there are different types of affection. Verbal affection, saying kind, loving, supportive words, speaking life and positivity. Yes, that's definitely something that is displayed in my class. Physical touch, hugging, holding hands, kissing, or gentle touches. Not so much I don't really do hugs, and if I do, it's like the little side joint. No front-on hugs, double arm. We're not doing that. Again, a boundary that I have. Holding hands. I'm not holding hands with a student. I'll shake a hand. I'll give dap. Definitely kissing's off limits, but like gentle touches, like a pat on the back for support, I'll allow that. But all these other realms of physical touch or physical affection is off limits because the boundaries are there. Whoa, he has boundaries? Yeah, damn right. I have boundaries despite my students undoing my hair. Next, acts of kindness, doing something helpful. That type of affection is definitely in the classroom, acts of kindness, because we have acts of kindness between students. I see that, and that's some of the most heartwarming moments when I see students being nice and doing random acts of kindness for each other. But I'll do random acts of kindness as well for my students, because why not? And quality time spending and giving full undivided attention. Now, my students may lack in this area because sometimes they don't give me their full undivided attention. I don't like it, but again, it's developmentally appropriate for their age. Not everyone. It's hard to be locked in and sit in a building for hours and hours and just get talked at all day. I get it. But spending quality time and giving my full undivided attention. If a student comes to me with something, you got me. You have me. You have my attention. I'm maintaining eye contact. These are the types of things that make you feel seen and heard. So all of these, as far as affection is concerned, they're definitely in the classroom. Nonverbal cues, so smiling, making eye contact, body language that conveys warmth and care. Again, another type of, nonverbal, another type of affection. Again, we focus on the sexual aspect of everything, but nonverbal, so smiling and just being encouraging, having an encouraging and welcoming demeanor and body language. All these are different types of affection. So as far as being a friend, you can consider me a friend. Again, not a friend like some of my adult friends and what we would do and the things we would go out and talk about. No, but if we're talking about the actual denotation of the word friend, it matches. What else? This is a big one. Projection. Projection in psychological terms refers to a defense mechanism where an individual attributes their own thoughts, feelings, or traits to someone else. Projecting one's own unconscious or undesirable traits / characteristics onto another person. And this is usually done in an effort to avoid facing or acknowledging those aspects of themselves. This has shown me that a lot of people project their own insecurities, their own thoughts, their own feelings, their traumas onto other unsuspecting people. Everyone is not monsters. Everyone is not trying to take advantage of people. Every man is not a groomer. Every man is not a monster. Every man is not what society deems them to be. They're men who actually care and have good hearts. There's good men out here. We may be few and far in between, but there are good men who genuinely care about the safety and well-being of others. That's just the bottom line. To project these things on a situation you don't even know the full story, you don't even know the person, is completely out of line to me. But projection, huge issue we got here. Let's talk about having positive role models in your life, especially for young women. It provides young women with diverse perspectives. It helps develop a more nuanced understanding of the world and relationships. It broadens horizons and challenges gender stereotypes. Positive male role models can provide unique forms of support and guidance when compared to females. And we all know that, just like having your mom present in your life as you age or as you grow up and mature as a child, and having your dad in your life. Now, a dad is going to provide a different type of love and care and nurturing than a female will or female would. There's different aspects to a man's love and a woman's love. So it can give a different perspective. Maybe they don't have that in their life, so this is the first time that they're experiencing that. Next thing is self-esteem and identity. It boosts confidence when they see men who respect and value them for who they are, and it helps develop a more positive self-image. Healthy relationships. Interacting with respectful and caring men can help young girls learn what healthy relationships look like. Again, all men are not monsters. To perpetuate the idea that all men are groomers, that is detrimental for society. That is detrimental for the youth. That's detrimental to our future. We cannot perpetuate this idea that you should be on alert all the time, high alert all the time. No, trust no one. Of course, be vigilant. Practice your level of discernment. But to perpetuate the idea that all men are monsters is crazy. But interacting with respectful and caring men can help young girls learn what healthy relationships look like. Observing positive communication, boundaries, and mutual respect and action can influence future relationships, whether that's platonic or relationships. So they know what a healthy, balanced man looks like, what a respectful, caring, compassionate man looks like. That's not trying to manipulate them and take advantage of them. Not all men are on that time. We got to stop making these generalizations for an entire gender. Why am I being attacked as a man who is genuine, caring, and compassionate based off a video that most people didn't get no weird vibe from? I know me personally, I can spot a creep from a mile away. I've been told that I can spot creeps from a mile away. There was no creepy vibes from this video. And if you got creep vibes from the video, if you got something that made you think a weird thought, that's testament of what you have going up top. That's testament of your state of mind, not me, because at that point you're projecting what's going on up here in La La Land to what I have going on. But not all men are monsters, and we need to stop perpetuating this idea. Creating safe spaces around men ensures that young girls can interact with male role models in a supportive and secure environment. We're going to read that again. Creating safe spaces around men ensures that young girls can interact with male role models in a supportive and secure environment. This can help alleviate anxieties or fears they may have and allow for positive, meaningful relationships to develop in their lives. It is essential to foster environments where both girls and boys feel respected, valued, and safe to thrive and grow. People were saying in the comments, like, why do I only see videos of girl? There's somebody that commented on the video of me doing student interviews. The first person I interviewed was a female student, but literally, 15, 20 seconds into the video, it was a male. And the rest of the video were males. But they commented, see, why I'm only seeing you interact with female. Very quick to ridicule someone, but very quick to actually do the research. Shut up and just look. Shut up and internalize information. Shut up and gather all the facts before you just spew malarkey out the side of your neck. Bro, Bro. All right, here's some other things that people try to dig up and use against me, but they don't hold any weight, and I'm transparent. I have nothing to hide. The emo trend or the emo girl, I'll even put the video in here. I'll put the video in here. Here. Video that people dug for was from like what, 3-4 years ago. It was a viral trend that, you know, some chick was in the video and you stitch it showing that you're emo. It was over what, 550,000 followers on TikTok. People like, oh, people commenting, you still didn't delete it. Why didn't you delete it? With over, bro, do you not know, with over 500,000 followers on TikTok, you know how fast them notifications be coming in? I didn't see it. If I'd have saw it in the moment, yeah, I'd have probably taken it down, because I don't, yeah, if it's a minor, sure, let me take it down. Someone, oh, look at the bathroom, it's clearly a high school. Bro, there have been so many places that I've been in that have had a bathroom that look exactly like that. Exactly like that. People were saying in the comments, like, oh, the place I work at, bathroom looks exactly the same. No, I'm not looking at the bathroom. Bro, it was a viral trend. I joined the trend because there was a time I was trying to grow my page even more. Millions of people were doing this, and it was gaining traction, so let me join on the bandwagon. But now that we're saying all this stuff, oh, she was 18, she was 16, she was this, she was that. You know what? I don't care enough to be an investigative journalist for that crap, so I'm just going to take it down. Y'all are saying this? I'm good off of it. I can take it down. And then somebody was like, see, why'd you delete it? That's very... Why would I not delete it? If y'all are saying this stuff about the video, why would I not take the video off my page? Why would I keep it up? Any person with their head screwed on halfway straight would probably take the video down. Nah, y'all not about to continue to use this against me. Let me take this down, because if what y'all are saying is true, probably it's not the best look right now. So yeah, I'm going to take the video down. But again, I put it in here. I have nothing to hide. I'm transparent. Anything that you make and dig up and try to use against me, I can come out and defend against it. So emo, it was a trend. It was a trend I didn't know. Now that I do, I took it down. End of the story. So the fact that we can see that, people saw that video and then it turned into me shooting my shot at a high school girl. How does me making a video, I didn't say, me shooting my shot is like, hey, I think you're really beautiful. You know, I've been seeing you around, you know, but, you know, I think we could bada boom, whatever. That's shooting your shot, or like showing interest. You're trying to go on a date. You're trying to pursue someone. But I'm stitching a video and singing a song. Since when did that become, oh, he just shot his shot at this person? How did we get that? Again, crazy what the internet would just see and just take and run with it. But again, it was a challenge. I joined it. Y'all are saying these crazy things and trying to use it against me, so I'm going to take it down, and I'm also going to address it here. So emo trend checked. You can't use that against me anymore, because I just came clean about it. I didn't know the chick, and I don't care to look into it to see if I'm actually right or wrong. Next thing, people try to use my video. I had the puffballs, and I'm using the Michael Jackson sound. Oh, they lie. They make up stories. They lie. I used that sound, and the caption was like, when admin asks you, did you tell your students to fuck around and find...
None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
Find out, as a joke, as a trend that everyone was, again, another trend that I'm joining on because it's gaining popularity, and I'm trying to further grow my audience. I just joined the trend, and y'all are attacking me the same way y'all did Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was never... If I'm not mistaken, Michael Jackson was never found guilty of anything that he was alleged to do. There were all these things against him and about him, and he went to court over them, but he was not reprimanded. He was not prosecuted for any of the things that people brought up against him. So what are we saying? What are we saying? And how could they say, oh, this don't look good on you right now? How? It's a trend. Y'all are reaching for the stars. Why are we reaching for the stars? Why are we putting so much energy into something that doesn't matter? Why are we putting so much energy into trying to destroy someone's life that you don't even know? Did you have no solid facts on? Why are you trying so hard to like throw dirt on my name? Why? People will throw stones at you. Don't throw them back. Collect them all and build an empire. So yeah, it was a trend, and that's just the trend. I joined it, and I did the same thing millions of other people did. Next. Someone tried to use my student interview video with one of my students where I said the word GYAT in the video. And just for reference, I'll put the video here so you can see it. Again, I have nothing to hide. Transparency all the way through. typical young teacher. Of course, some of my students get a little too comfortable, and I have to remind them that I'm not your friend. I'm your teacher.
Hey, before I got a question.
What's
Do you
up?
prefer a girl with a pretty face with no butt? I mean, I got a big butt.
Highly inappropriate to ask your teacher, but the GYAT is preferred. Not gonna lie. At the beginning, they tried to cut that and use just a small snippet of it, but the whole snippet says, "I'm the cool teacher." Of course, sometimes I forgot verbatim what I said. Again, there's friendly qualities there, but at the end of the day, I'm not like your friend, like your 8th grade boy or your 7th grade homie. I'm not that, right? I'm a little lenient, a little laxed, but there's a line there, and they know that. But it's developmentally appropriate for them to, just like a boundary of mine, don't call me by my first name. Is Mr. You can say Mr. my first name or Mr. my last name. But do they still try to say, oh, and call me by my first name? Yes. Teenagers push boundaries. That's what teenagers do. They do that. But in the interview or in that video, I said sometimes they forget, and I got to remind them, like, yo, I'm your teacher at the end of the day. So you can't say certain out-of-pocket things with me. Going back to boundaries, you can't say certain things with me. And there was another video of him asking me the question that came before that cool teacher video. The cool teacher, I asked him to be in that part because he asked me that out-of-pocket question before. I got that out-of-pocket question on video. It was a part of a little series that I was doing where the students would ask me questions. I didn't read the list. I just told them, hey, make a list of a few questions, pick somebody to ask me, make sure they ain't out of pocket, or you're going to have to suffer the consequences. That was the most out-of-pocket thing. There was no other out-of-pocket statements or questions, but that was the most out-of-pocket thing. Do I prefer the GYAT, a girl with a GYAT, or whatever he said? And I turned that into, I'll just play the clip. I'll put it here.
Do you prefer fat butt, ugly face, or small butt, cute face? That's a wildly inappropriate question to ask, but just like I tell you all, I'm not one for the objectification of women, so I don't necessarily, I'm not looking for the GYATs, as y'all would say. I'm not looking for that. Yeah, so I'm just not going to answer that, but it's not what I'm looking for, because women are not objects, right? Yeah, right. They're not objects.
So you saw me address what he said, but I made it a teachable moment, something that I've had a conversation with that young gentleman before, making it a teachable moment that I am not with the objectification of women. I'm not with the objectification of women, and women should not be viewed as objects. And I told him that. That's what I made it a teachable moment. But in the video, me saying, oh, I'm the cool teacher, of course that was getting him to say that exact same question that he asked me in that interview, because it was out of pocket. And it fit well with the theme of the cool teacher video. And my response is like, highly inappropriate question to ask the teacher. Again, I just show you the video. Highly inappropriate question to ask the teacher, but the GYAT is preferred. And they're like, because we'll lay that into the last point. So using student vernacular, a lot of people have problems with me. I was saying bestie, or they're saying bestie to me, and this, that, and the third. You got to meet the students where they are so that you can build them up. So if that means me using the slang like, oh, period, or oh, it's given this, or oh, clock that T, or what's up, gang, what's up, OG, what's up, JR, what's up, my heart. My students are using these things. Oh, no cap. I'm going to say the same thing so they feel like, oh, man, Mr. White, he sees me, right? Because this is our culture. This is their culture. This is their culture. Of course, there's a time and a place for it, and I teach my students code switching because that's an important skill to have. You adults code switch. Y'all go from beating your child senselessly, and then your boss call, oh, yes, I forgot about those spreadsheets. I'll get them done right away. Okay, thank you, bye. Now get your ass about. We code switch all the time, right? So is it not a good thing that I teach my students the same thing? Just like y'all can be in here and say, oh, what's up, bro? And what's up, bro? Or no cap, or cap this. And here, y'all know that in other places, that's not the right thing to say, or you can't do these things, or you can't say these things with certain people. I teach my students to know their audience, know the vibe, read the room. Certain things you can get away with certain people, other people not so much. So that's a valuable lesson. So yeah, that's that. So that's the whole GYAT thing. Next thing, people try to bring up my you video up. I'll put it up here because, again, transparent, nothing to hide. We'll put it up.
Well, hello there. Hello, you. Hello there. Hello.
In my defense, some of the mothers in the school, or aunties, or whoever, guardians, they be bad. They be bad sometimes. I know I'm a teacher, but just because I'm a teacher don't mean I have to be this freaking robot with no emotions. At the end of the day, I'm a 27-year-old guy. Some of the mothers are bad. So that's that. That's why I made the video. It was funny. People loved it. And that's how I be feeling sometimes. I be literally at dismissal time looking down. It's a little creepy, but I mean, hey, why can't I admire something that looks good? You go to a museum and admire the art. Okay, I'm in the watching the pickup line, admiring the art that's coming in front of the school. Some of the mothers, them aunties, grandmamas, they be bad. So yeah, that's that. Next, this might be the last thing people were talking about. Oh, he's got to be this. He's trying to be super cool now because he was lame in high school. I'm going to just go ahead and put these things of me in high school. I was a part of the JaQ community, so I played football, I wrestled, I ran unified track. I was even a cheerleader, highlighted my high school career right there. We'll make some more videos because now that I got this audience, I got to introduce y'all to who I am since they put me in the spotlight. But I was in that JaQ community. Not only was I a nerd, I was also good on the field. I was good on the mat. I was good in athletics as well. So I definitely was not a high school lame, and I don't know if you can tell by the pictures that I have. Like, this doesn't look like a lame high school experience. I was never lame. Might have been a little weird, a little nerdy, but I was never lame. I always fit in where I was supposed to. College was the same thing. Yeah, just never lame. Never had a problem with women at all. People are saying, oh, he can't get women his own age, so that's why. Never in my life have I had a problem with women. Never in my life. There have been some that I wanted that got away, unfortunately. That's how life works, but I've never struggled in that department where I would have to dip down and go below my age. I prefer older women. If I'm being honest, I prefer older women because I'm an old soul and I need somebody to reflect or match that maturity. I typically won't go lower than 2 years younger than me. You got to be really mature, but I usually don't dip below. Again, I'm 27. I usually don't dip below my age. I like them older, for obvious reasons. But yeah, they're a little bit, yeah. Old souls, I need to be with an older woman. So older women, what's up? This is only the beginning of what this has started. Again, y'all put me in the spotlight. Y'all put me on this platform. I was already on the platform, but y'all put me in more of a spotlight. So now I'm going to show y'all how great of a person that I am, and I'm going to prove all the naysayers and the negative Nancy's wrong, and I'm going to prove everyone who's been fighting and defending for me, even if they didn't know me, they can just go to my page and see my character, and just feel. Energy never lies. You can feel a weirdo, you can feel a creep, and you can feel when someone's genuine. Energy never lies. So for those people that have been defending me and standing behind me and backing me up, now it's my turn to back y'all up and to prove all of y'all right. So hope y'all enjoy the show. We'll talk soon.